Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having an amazing day so far. Today, this is Rob. Welcome to Market Mornings. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the comment section below to let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And as you are doing that, keep in mind as we go through today, everything we're going to look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. All right. Good morning. Say, hey, how are you? Thank you, Sean. Gilles, good morning to Rob and everyone. Yep, glad you were able to make it, Gilles. Robert, good to see you again. Let's see, Paula, good morning. Say hey. You were missed yesterday. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you saw the video that we put out. It was later in the day that we finally got it done. But there was a fire by us yesterday of oil tank, gas tanker overturned, hit a building, 13,000 gallons of gas. We had no power. It took Sean over an hour to get home. It took me not quite that, but close to that because I was headed to the office yesterday because I got up really early yesterday, not on purpose, just couldn't sleep. Let me just go do this from the office setting instead of doing it here. And so it took a little bit of time, and Sean and I just talked as we got started here this morning, and it looks like they demolished the entire building today. And those that are here that have been to our office before, I'm not sure if anybody's in here yet for that, that have been there, those that are in inner circle, have been to the office. They know exactly where it is because the hotel that you would stay at, you would walk past it to come to our office. So it was scary. Thank goodness it was at 1 a.m. in the morning and not 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Only a few people were hurt and nobody was bad. I'm not sure about the driver, whatever happened with it, but yeah, Sean said it's right across the street from our office. It was insane. Yeah, I'm going to the office today. Sean and I have some recordings to do. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like. And I told Sean to stay home this morning and do market mornings from his house. So just in case there were still roads closed and he couldn't get in, we weren't canceling today. So I appreciate that say, hey, of we missed. I know I'm in my car yesterday and I'm looking at my phone like, man, there are 5 people in the waiting room and it's 10 minutes too. And I got no way of telling them that we can't get in because we're stuck in our cars. Hey, Frankie, good morning. JR, morning to you. Coach. Hey, Coach. There you go, Trip. Appreciate it. Thank you. Morning, Joel. Evelyn, morning. Alan, there you go. Appreciate y'all. All right. Keep in mind as we go through, folks, if you like what you see, make sure you follow along with the various social platforms that we have. Best way to keep in touch and tune with what's going on with us is by following along with us on the different social platforms. All right, let's go take a look. We've got a couple of reports coming out right now, 8:30 a.m. So we've got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, unemployment, building permits, housing starts are smaller reports. The G20 meeting is all day today. Nat gas comes out at 10:30. It's yellow, guys. That means low impact. I think that's a mistake right now. You need to look at nat gas as a medium impact at minimum for me right now. And even more importantly, since they're one of our government officials, I guess, on ground in Ukraine from our troops, have said that an attack is imminent by the way that the Russian troops are approaching now. So I don't know, but gas is definitely one of those things that are going to be affected by it. FOMC member Bullard speaks today at 11 o'clock. That's always a fun time. The one Masters talking at 5 o'clock is not really going to affect the market for today, maybe the aftermarket stuff. So let's go take a look at the futures. Come on, TradeStation. All right. So here we're looking at the ES. We're down about 19.5 points. That news is out. Not bad. Philly Fed 16 versus 19. Okay. So really not bad. We're not seeing this one candle has not really been a massive move to the downside. We'll see as we go through it what the continuation is. But we didn't get this 50-point move off of the announcement. So yeah, Tripp said, I saw the Conoco sign on the news and thought I have bought water there. Yeah, Tripp's been to our office many times for our meetings over the past years, pre-COVID anyway, right? So yeah, you got to walk right past it. I mean, it's insane with this thing from yesterday. So, all right, so the ES, we're down right now about 20 points. That's what it was right before we started, so not a big deal. The YM is down 123. We were up a little bit higher than that, but not bad at all at 120 points. The NQ, which is the NASDAQ, we're down about 80 points, and it's been a slide, right? You got the big overnight move. You've got the European move. We started to climb back from there into the pre-market news coming out today. The RUT, the RTY, we're up 12.5 points. It's taken forever for TradeStation to open again today. Bitcoin, we just took a big drop in the last hour or so. We're down about 1,500 points on Bitcoin, which is the bottom left chart. The one next to it, bottom second from the left, I guess, is Ethereum. We're down about 125 points. That's a nice move for them. Gold, I really want to open this one up. All right. Gold is taking a big climb today, so definitely a contrarian to what the rest of the market is doing. Market's down, gold is up. That's the normal process of what happens. So we're up right now on gold about 25 points. That's a decent move for gold today. And then crude oil has backed off quite a bit from yesterday into today. We will see if there is an attack. I think that's where where oil gets its biggest boost in price is from that, right? Because there's going to be a shortage of it or less of it, right? More issues, especially if the U.S. does instill some sanctions against Russia. Do they just hold back and say, well, we're not delivering to anybody right now? It's not like Putin needs the money. He's got it, right? We talk about the wealthiest people in the world. He's one of them. We just don't hear about it. All right. So, guys, drop your trades in that you did yesterday. We did not get to talk about ones from yesterday. Very disappointing because we had some awesome companies on there yesterday. I mean, we had Shopify on there, which was an amazing move yesterday, right? And a couple of others like that. So go ahead and drop them in. We had SeaWorld with the rejection of the takeover of Fun. Fun rejected the offer. So there was a lot of great candidates out there. But go ahead and drop yours in. And while you do that, let's go ahead and take a look at today's candidates. So you can see them on the bottom right of my screen, from Cisco all the way down to Walmart. Every one of these, for the most part, are major companies out there. There's only one or two of them that are a little bit less popular than some of the others. But Cisco is the very first one, right? And Cisco had earnings come out, right? They're up $1.37 right now. They've pulled back a little bit in the last half hour or so. But let's go over and take a look at Cisco. I tried something different today. I built a watch list out in Omega charts to kind of make it easier, quicker, better, stronger, faster, right? So we are in a downward pattern on Cisco, but we've got bullish news on it. We're at 55.61 right now. So that puts us right about here, guys. So look where that is. It puts us close to the 618 fib line, right? Puts us close to the 618 fib line and the 21 moving average. So I'm a little concerned with trying to take a bullish entry here. I would need to see the stock above 56.5, we'll call it. And then I would look at a bull put spread below 56, right? But it's not my most exciting setup because we're right at resistance right now. We've already moved one standard deviation. The thought that it does it again is interesting for a company like Cisco to make that kind of move in a day, right? Number two, Doordash, right? Doordash. Let's see. They're up $20.31 right now to $115.20. What a massive move. All of it on earnings. Is it surprising, folks? I mean, you walk into a lot of these, there's a local pizzeria that we use, a local Chinese restaurant that we use, and both of them have, 11 different apps that they work off of. Shop and Dash and, Uber Eats and whoever else, right? They've got all these different places that you can order from. And you walk in and the restaurant's not packed. The pizzeria is the Chinese restaurant by us, and they're literally a block away from us. They're not packed. But you look up on the pizzeria as an example, and there's 35 orders up there. Well, where are all these people? They're not coming in to pick it up. They're getting Doordash and those types of places. So not surprising to see some of these companies do well through pandemic and have this major increase in value, meaning people are really going to start using more of it. You're going to see more of this home delivery, more of the Amazon, more of the, I don't want to go to the store to get this if I can order it. We do it all the time. I order on Amazon, even though it might pay $2 or $3 more. I don't have to go to a store. I don't have to take time out of my day. It just shows up. They even notify me. Alexa tells me when I have a package outside. And then if we get a package today, you'll hear the package police. They're called Rosie and Sparky. They let us know when a package has shown up also. So let's go take a look at Doordash and see what the heck we can do on this type of move up. So we are at 115 points right now. Boom, through the 108, right? We're right about in the mid of that 115. So what I'm looking for is I need the stock to stay above 108, and I'm looking for a bull put spread below, where are we, 115, below 108. So I actually want the stock to stay above 109, or to be above 109. All right, FSLY is the next one. They had earnings come out, which is Fastly. Earnings were not good. Low price stock. Not excited about low price stocks that drop, right? Just not really my cup of tea as far as trades. Because what am I doing? I can do a bear call spread if I can get any premium, or I'm buying a put. There's just not always a whole lot there. We'll take a look at this one, though. So we're down right now $8.70 on what was a $30 stock. So they had a 30% haircut in the overnight trade, right? This makes it tough. So we were already in a bearish neutral bias as of yesterday's close, and now we're sitting at $20. If we hit the scrunch key, we're sitting at 2020. We've got 2070 as a support level. So I want the stock below 23.5. And I'm looking for a bear call spread above 23.5. Do we have 50-cent increments here? We do. So if we look from, now we're looking at a bear call spread and we're looking above 23.5, right? So, and we've got a, prices have not adjusted, of course, on here. Interesting. So you've got 50-cent increments. You could also flip it over to a vertical and look at it from a standpoint of, I don't want to do 50 cents. Let's do $1 increment in there. So if we're looking at above 23.5, you've got 23.5, 24.5, right? Which as of yesterday was 70 cents, but a massive bid-ask spread. So they were playing games with the numbers earlier on yesterday. As I said, we've got to look at what this one does. This is going to really be a watch the open to see what happens there. Right, Hasbro is the only one on our list, I think, that is a monthly optionable stock. So, but this week is the week, right? This is our monthly options expirations. They had earnings come out. Actually, Hasbro had a board of directors. It wasn't earnings. Their board of directors, there were 5 nominees from a major shareholder. So for the Hasbro board, they're really excited about, or the company really excited about that, getting these people in place. So monthly options, but they expire this Friday, so we can trade them. So what are we looking at? If we go back over to Omega charts, we're sitting at 102.75. So we're up here already. 101.07, 102.75, really nice. So I want the stock above 101, and I'm looking for a bull put spread below 101. Now, let me flip it back to single. We have $5 increments below 101. So I could do the 100 and the 97.5. So I can get away with a $2.50 spread there, which is good. The $5 spreads I'm not excited about at all. So I can get away with 197.5. I just don't know what the premium is going to be. We had decent bid-ask spread yesterday, 60 cents on the 100 and 35 cents on the 97.5. Well, oh, wait a second. Okay, so let's put that back. And let's look here. 97.5, 100. As of yesterday, $1.88. Again, I don't think we're going to see that today. We're probably looking at more like 30 cents, 25 cents for that spread. We've got to see what it opens up at, though. Right? How much does the market maker overvalue them? And those of you that are here, Robert, Tripp, those from Gilles from last night's Inner Circle meeting, where we talked about the overvaluation that the market maker puts on the options in the morning, and they're not focused on the at-the-money options right now. They're focused on, they're not focused on the options from where we were yesterday. They're focused at the at-the-money options right now, which is where the most interest is on there. So there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of that mispriced option early on in the trading day. All right. So let's see. You guys dropped in a bunch of trades there. Let me go see what it is. Paul said Lily, bear call, DR. I'm not sure what that is, but bear call spread, but got out too early. All right. Well, that's cool. You see what you did, which is important, right? Alan said singles and doubles, Yandex, Yay Day, right? Yay Day, rather. Home Depot, Netflix, and Nvidia. Okay. Jonathan said $1,250 on SPX Iron Condor. Had to buy back the short call leg and let the long leg run. There you go. Excellent. Yeah, Chip said I even get my groceries delivered with Butcher Block and Thrive Market. And yeah, we do some of the same stuff. We actually order stuff from Amazon and go from Whole Foods and go pick it up, right? If we're not around to get it delivered, because we don't want the food sitting outside. Alan said the SPY died. Yeah, we'll look at Spot in a few minutes, Kevin. As we get through this, just remind me if I don't bring it up. If when I ask for them, just drop it back in if you don't mind. All right. So monster market movers. I mean 3M, right? 3M company. So let's see what's going on with them. They had a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. All right, which has dropped them $4 in the market. So when we look at MMM right now, they're already in a bearish bias, which is wonderful. They're sitting down at 151.60. They broke that 152.60 just below it. So what I'd love to see is the stock below 152 and a bear call spread above 153. Now, it would be better if we could do it better above 155, because that puts us on the other side of this line, which is where we were already, right? Before the downgrade. If we can get the premium there, I'll take less premium for that. And on MMM, we have, if we're looking at 153s, we've got 152.5, 155. So we've got a 250 increment there on a spread that we could take. And as of yesterday, we were looking at over $1 for that trade. So let's see what it comes out to be today. But I definitely like that. All right, next one up is Nvidia. Huge Nvidia fan. Love them as a company. Right, they're down $7 in jingle on their earnings. Everybody else's earnings today. So let's go look at Nvidia. Move up, pull back. We're sitting right here. Right now we're at 258, we'll call it. So just underneath that 259 level. So guys, here's what I want you to be mindful of, okay? We're sitting at 259 or at 258 right now. So we're sitting right about here. Take my hand off the mouse because I'm going to move it. See, I did it already. We're sitting right about there. That's a little bit higher, but we're right about there. Look at where the pink and the green line are. We're right above it, right? So we're pinned in that neutral bias right now. I would need to see us get down below that level before I would have any interest in doing anything. So I would want the stock below 153. I'm sorry, not 153. Green line, 253, not 153, which is the 21 moving average. And I'd want to do a bear call spread above 260. Right? It's where I would prefer to be. Peloton, right? Another one of these low price stocks. And if it's good news, I could sell a naked put, but we've dropped, $1.50. We lost 10% on this stock. It was about $14. Now it's 12.5. Very tough unless I can get really good premium on this spread. So if we go back and look at the daily chart, let's get a bigger picture of it. Right? Older fib, but still valid, right? Although that's not bad, but let's see something here. What is this here? And what is this here? Yeah, we're going to keep the one we have for now. All right. So, and right now we're sitting at $12.50. So where does that put me? Right below my $12.91. So I'm going to look for the stock below 13 and a bear call spread above 13. So we do have 50-cent increments on spreads here. The question is, can we get enough movement out of this position to make it work? And I would probably want to look at a $1 spread, not 50 cents, but let's see what we can do. So bear call spread above 13. So we're looking at 13, 13 half. So if I get 20 cents, I would be ecstatic over 20 cents, right? On that 50 cent. I mean, I would be jumping for joy if I could pick up 20 cents. My guess is we're looking more like 13 cents is what we're going to wind up with. 10 cents is what we're going to wind up with on this trade. Now, 10 cents with a 50-cent spread, you're looking at 20% rate of return. Actually, it's 25% rate of return, right? So, yeah, this PLTR, Darlo, not Peloton. It's PLTR instead of N, right? Unless there's another question that you put in there and I just missed it. All right. Correct. And that's who I want to be on is PLTR. If I said Peloton, my bad. It's Pelotair or something like that. But it's PLTR. But thank you for making sure that I was right on that. I appreciate it. All right. Guys, drop in the candidates you want me to take a look at. All right. We've got only 2 candidates left on our list. So drop yours in of what you want me to take a look at here today. Trip, this one's for you. Trip, TRIP, Trip Advisors, right? They're down $2.50 today. Travel related, right? So let's see. We are at 26.75. So we're under the 27.44. So I like that. Earnings was the reason for the drop. So we want our stock above. We want it below 27, and I want my bear call spread above 28. Okay, so once again, we've got a couple of 50-cent options on Trip Advisors, but nothing. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot. So if we're looking at 28.29, yesterday we were getting 33 cents for the 28.29. If I can get that kind of rate of return on a credit spread for one more day, today and tomorrow, without a doubt. Absolutely loving it. All right, our last one is Wally World, which is Walmart. So they had earnings. They were up a lot higher when I found this one this morning, up near that 137 or so level, 138, somewhere in there when I found them. And right now they're sitting at 134.25. So they're only up 75 cents. So I'm not overly excited about it. They are up, but the pattern has been down. So they're up to 134.5. Where did they get to? Watch this. So they got up to about 138. All right. So we moved up. Whoops. We moved up all the way up here to 130. Actually, what was our actual high? The actual high that took place there. Pre-market was 138.70. 139.23. 50 cents away from the fib line. We moved 2 standard deviations through this one, through 2 lines, up to this next line and failed off of there. And now we're back at that 134.5, which puts us here. So what I would want to see is a retest of that 135.5, and a drop is what I probably would look for. I'm going to put a weight next to Walmart. Wait for the open. And let's just see what it does, what it looks like as the market does actually open up. All right? Perfect. So let's take a look at your candidates. Evelyn asked for SPY. Right? The SPY. Let's see where it is today in pre-market. And let me go over here and change this list out and get me to this so I can at least see what we do for Fibbits and things like that. So we're down right now $3.45 to 443. So where are we? Evan, we're right underneath that level. This is an ideal. This is a B setup. It's not an A. We don't have a confluence, but it's a B setup, right? we are down below that 443.38. Drop a little bit more. Yeah, come down another 20, 30 cents. Come down in an ideal setup. Move back up to the 443.38 and fail. And there's an entry. Keep your eye open for pivot points on SPY. They're very important. All right. So, Evelyn, I hope that helped. Let me know in the comments. Kevin, thank you, sir, for that. Spotify. Spot. S-P-O-T. Curiosity factor. Did they bounce after yesterday's thrashing? Right? No, we're down another $2 and jingle today. So let's see. So where are we? We're down at 161.5. So let me scrunch. Okay. 44 to 64, 20 points. We don't need a pivot. So Kevin, it was Kevin that asked, right? Yes, Kevin, we're at 161.5 right now. Come back up and get me a wick close to the 164.5. I don't need it to hit it, but move up in that to where you're comfortable with it and roll over and look at a bearish trade. I would probably look at scaling out of some of my trade about 158, 159, just because we've been there, and then look at that 144, which I'd probably be 145 would be my next target from there. But I would be it all depends if you're looking at swing trade or day trade. Their earnings are out. The earnings were bad. So I don't expect other news that's going to pop this puppy. And if you look, if we were in a live training where we weren't on a time crunch for the market open, I would ask you, what pattern do you see setting up? And there's a descending triangle happening here between the 8 moving average and the fib line. We broke it today. Now the retest and the fail would be the piece de resistance, Kevin. That's exactly what I want to see there. So hope that helps. Let me know. Darlo's asking for IIVI. Is that like a Super Bowl number, Darlo? IIVI. Yeah, never heard of these guys before. Let's see. What do they do? Capital goods, electronic components. Okay. Who are they in cahoots with? All right. Plug. Rockwell. All right. Got it. All right. So I'm assuming they're optionable. Let's see where they are today in the pre-market. IIVI. Right? That was it. Yes, IIVI. All right. I'll get it, Trip. I'll get it. So let's see. Right now in pre-market, they are down $1.28. They do have monthly options on them. They've got options. They're just monthlies that are available on them. So they've had a move. They pushed up near resistance right now. They're down to 72.5 right now, which puts us here. I would need to pull back to the 8 moving average and a bounce for me to want to do anything with them. We could look at a fib. And guys, from last night in a circle, there's that hiccup, right, on our fib. Here's the hiccup right in here. 72.5. Interesting. Give me the bounce off the 71.5, and I would be okay with that on that one, Darlo. Hope it helps. Charles is asking for tap. Let me know if it was if that worked for you, Darlo. Tap, which is Molson, right? Beer. Where are they in the morning? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? All right, so kind of flattish, really not showing a print right now. I like them if we can get the bounce, but you got earnings over there. So I don't want to go against the earnings. If you're trading it, you're day trading only. I just don't see a reason to do it yet because the market hasn't opened. So I don't really have an answer of where it's going today. But you're in a bullish bias, so I do like that. So I hope that confirms what you're looking at there, Charles. Nope, didn't do that one, Ben. UPST. All right, let's see. Of where she's at. Okay, so UPST is up right now $6.50, almost $7. So they're up to about 155. So they're up in the middle here, 31 to 89. So if we go 30 to 90, that's 60 points. We need a fib in there, so we need to put in a negative 136. We're also going to need a 118. So let's just add those two to the mix. All right, so we're at 155. So you got to watch that 160.10 level on this one, Ben. That's my concern is we moved into bullish and bullish enough to take a directional trade, even a swing trade. But you've got 160 just above your head. So that's the only caution I would have on this one right now. Right. And I'm guessing it was earnings. Yeah, that has kind of driven it to that place. So I hope that helps, Ben. Hey, Paula, good morning. QQQ, Ben, I hope it was helpful. Let me know. So where are we at with the Qs? I think we're still down a little bit this morning on the Qs. We are about $2 and change. So which puts us at 353. So we're down here, right, on Qs, Paula. So if we can get a retest of that 355.5 and a fail, you got 347.5 as your next support level. And this becomes an A trade. Why? I've got a confluence of the 8 moving average right at the fib line. These are the setups we want, right? If you took it on 2 days ago, you took it yesterday, right? It may have failed both days, but guys, these are the setups that we look for. I take this type of setup every day it presents itself. Again, with the pullback, I would look to take that trade. All right. So I hope it helps, Paula. Let's see. JR is asking for Disney. Happen to know that symbol. Having 2 girls who lived there when they were younger. We took them many, many times. 155 down $1, we'll call it. So we're just under that fib line. We're in a bullish bias, not true bull, but bull. If we get a bearish market today, you may see the pullback. I'm okay with a tight stop above the 156 quarter with 151 as the downside target, but it would be a day trade only if you're trying to attempt that. Or you wait for a pullback to the 151, get the bounce, and then look for a bullish entry on it. All right, so I hope that helped, JR. Andres, I have not gone over Apple. So let's go take a look-see at Apple. Let's see where they are pre-market. All right, so Apple is down 137, so they're at about 171 right now. Same scenario, guys. They're down below that 172.15 level. I've got a clear path to the 168.82, but I do have moving averages in there to clear. We're right now just equal. We're 2 pennies off of the 21 moving average. It's 171.19, and we're at 171.17 right now. So give me a small stretch up, get me back under the 117 level, and you got room down to about 169. Not a lot of room today for it because the moving averages are not perfect. Again, this becomes more of a B entry, maybe even almost a C on the entry there. All right, so I hope that helped there. Andres, John is asking for Adobe. Let's see. So on Adobe, guys, I'm going to go a little quicker. We're already past 9 o'clock. I'd love to see the pullback to the 485.5 and a fail. And we've got 453. Yep, we don't need a fib. We got 453 as our next support level. So about 455-ish, 456 is where my target would be on the downside. So I hope that one helped for you, John. Good, Kevin, glad. Trip said IBM. And if I miss him, guys, just, I'm looking up top, trying to come back. If I miss him, please always go back and drop him in again. So, hey, you missed this one. I'll gladly do it. And Sean tries to catch him as well if I pass him up. So right now, Trip, if we're looking at IBM, right now, so IBM is down 63 cents. So not a big deal. It's at 128.5. All right, so B trade, Trip, right? Stretch back up to the 129.70. Fail, 126 is our target, right? Is our support. So target is probably about 127.25 on this one. All right. Hope that helped. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Say, hey, said manipulate the numbers to get 5 o'clock. You can do it. And 5 is a fib number. Debbie's asking for HPQ. All right, so let's pull that fib out to start. First thing I see, Debbie, they got earnings coming up in a couple of days. I would be cautious with that. But 37 to 38, I don't have a lot of room. For me, Debbie, I don't take them. It's too tight. If you want to wait for it to get above the 38.5, you still only have room up to 40. So it's just a little bit tight of a move for me. but we are in bullish bias. Retest that 37 and bounce, and you got to move up to 38.5. All right, so I hope that helped. Let's see. Thank you. M is from money is forming. Yep, there you go, Trip. It's got a money pattern. Darlo said, what is your opinion on all the investment advisors that I get spammed on my email? Are there any that are worth your time? So not ones that I take advice from, Darlo. How about that? My first major broker that I dealt with, his name was Tony. The guy was absolutely amazing. He was a big shot in the brokerage firm in Morgan, which is where I found him. Morgan Stanley. And I didn't find him. A friend of mine who we've seen here all the time, Steve, is the one that found him. He turned me on to this guy. And I would call him and say, hey, Tony, what's going on in the market? And I wouldn't hear it's up 20 points. I would hear, well, Rob, you got the S&P is up 8 points, but the NASDAQ is down 37, which means Apple is tearing to the downside. You might want to take a look at Apple. That's the type of stuff I would hear from him. He was a trader. As far as investment advisors, no, I don't. If you are a futures trader, right? Sean, grab the link on our website to the brokers section in the trading resources. Just grab the trading resources link and drop that in. If you are a futures trader, the futures house, the futures and Forex house that we work with is called Trade Pro Futures. They are phenomenal. The owner, Trey, it's a boutique firm, guys, but Trey is the owner. He is a trader. He trades his own money. So when you call with questions on what's going on in futures, how does this work? I'm doing this spread that Brandon is doing, and I don't fully understand it. Trey understands everything about that type of stuff, right? So he is amazing as far as an advisor. For me, the advisor question is always, please send me a copy of your brokerage statement with how much of your money you have in that position, and then we'll talk about investing with you guys, all right? So, guys, if you want to learn more about the things that we do here and how we go about and pick up some of the candidates we do with fibs and so forth, go ahead and go over to Trading Like a Boss. Sean is dropping that in now. Go to Trading Like a Boss and register for that training, guys. It is free. And if you like the format of what we do here, you will love the format of what we do in Power Hour, which just expands on this, a full hour of it. And it's free. We do it every Monday at noon. And, of course, you can get the replay on it as well. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. All right, take care, folks. I will see you tomorrow at our last one of the week. All right, see you then. Bye for now.